Hello Flosstube, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while and last time I already said that maybe I won't film in a fortnight, and I wanted to, but then my laptop gave up. So I didn't have a possibility to cut the stuff, and I didn't want to do it on my smartphone. So well, destiny told me not to do it, and I didn't have a lot to show, so it doesn't matter. Today will be short and sweet because I don't have as many things to show you. Now March is over, and in March I only stitched women related stuff, and so these are not too many of my usual whips, but I have some finishes, and yeah, one finish is my own design, so I'm really looking forward to what you're saying, if you like it or not, or what you would have done differently. A quick thank you for everyone who subscribed. I just checked, it's 98, so just too short of 100, and I promised when we cross this border I will give something away, so maybe you can invite somebody if you think I'm worth it. Otherwise we just wait. I'm pretty sure somebody will subscribe. And if this is your first video watching me, thank you very much for tuning in. This is what I wanted to say. You see, I'm not a native speaker, so sometimes I do mistakes, make mistakes, things like this. And today I am looking very tired, because I am. But it's a good tired because we got good news and a lot of things going on in my brain. So I will stop talking about this now, because that's not what you're here for. So thank you for tuning in, and now let's start. This time I will switch around my usual schedule, because the last time I forgot to show you something, because I don't have it here, because I already gifted it to my friend. So that I do not forget it this time, I will insert something soon. As you might remember if you watched my channel before, I stitched something India related, and I never gave credit to who introduced me to this pattern. This was Ruby Redback Stitches. I hope I pronounced this right. I will put down the link below. And she showed it because she stitched it several times in different color schemes. And I saw this and I knew this is for my friend Charlotte, because she lived in India and she learns Hindi, and so this was perfect. And I finally got to frame it and to gift it to her for her birthday. And it's really funny because when I post something on the Stitch Mania group, I get, I don't know, 20 likes or something like this, which is totally fine. And even if nobody would like this, it's absolutely perfect. I just want to share something because I don't have anybody to share it in my real life. And the photograph, which I will show you in a second, just went through the roof. I don't know, it's more than 300 or even more now. I don't check it every day. So it really resonated, and even somebody posted me on Facebook if I wanted to sell the pattern, and I did, and it's already arrived in the US, so I'm really happy for her, because it's not available in USA, and so I sent it to her, and she's really happy, and I'm hoping to see it one day stitched by her. So this was a lot to do. This is how the gift looked like. Yeah, she really loved it. It was, I know it's not good to tell yourself you did something good, but it was absolutely her colors, this aqua, and it's you can't see it on the picture, but it has sparkle all over it. And she really loved it because she loves elephants, she loves India, the Taj Mahal, there's Hindi, there's a quote of Gandhi, and yeah, she really, really loved it. And she already hung it on her wall in her working space. So I'm so happy that I made her happy, and it was so worth it. But I decided not to stitch it for me because I thought about this and then I realized, no, this is just for her. So yeah, so now I finally showed it to you. And yeah, so while we are at fully finished pieces, I will show you two more. One I stitched in the month of the women's cell, and both patterns are from the same cross stitcher magazine. It was the April issue of 2019, and yeah, I started with this beautiful girl with a pearl earring, and the designer changed colors actually to green, and because she thought it was a modern twist. It looked good, but I really love the original painting, so I tried to adapt the colors to the original painting. So this is my take on it, and it's framed with a mat because it's very small. And yeah, I'm really, really happy with this. And yeah, so this is the one. And the other one, which was shown there, is one of my favorite painters of all time, Van Gogh. And I think everybody knows his sunflowers. I think it's one of the most famous paintings of all time. And yeah, there was an adaptation of this. To be honest, I'm not too fond of the colors which the designer shows. I think the contrast isn't... I just show you because otherwise, what am I talking? I mean, you can see what it's meant to be. You clearly see that these are Van Gogh sunflowers. I thought while stitching, okay, there will be some back stitching, it will pop out some more, but it didn't. So I should have trusted my gut feeling, but it didn't. And I stitched it just the way the designer wanted us to. I mean, it's still beautiful, but I think maybe one day I will stitch it again with bigger contrast between the colors so that the flowers pop more out. Do you say this? So you know, I think you know what I mean. It's still beautiful. I will still put it up, but yeah. There was a third, I think it was money piece, and I didn't like it. I don't. The third one was from from Mrs. Diaz, and you know, I am on and off with her. I love her style, and then sometimes there are things where I think I would never stitch this, and this is one of those because there's no contrast as well, so the details are really tough to see. But I totally get tastes are different. Everybody likes something different, so I was just happy to find something to stitch out the cross stitcher magazine. I have the digital subscription, and I think there's maybe one design per issue which I really like, and those are often the very big ones which I will most likely not start. So I was just happy to find something that I really liked and quick stitches. So I just needed one whole day to stitch one of those pieces because it's just small. I had to enlarge it a bit, but I just stitched 31 width and 44 height. So it's a quick stitch and it's fun. And yeah, so happy that I can replace the winter pieces, which are still up, although spring is definitely here. But I will change it in a second. Yeah, and then I had another finish, but I haven't fully finished it yet, although I have the custom-made frame for it, but I just didn't have a time. And yeah, Women of the Month is based on the 8th of March, where is World Women's Day, Women's Fighting Day. There are different names. And then I just thought maybe I'd do something on my own. And I thought of stitching a quote. And then I chose one of my very favorite quotes by Emmeline Pankhurst. So I will just first show you. Hope I can. Yeah. Trust in God, she will provide. She said this in a speech, and this is something very close to home for me because I am a religious person. I am a believer, and I believe in the divine as something that is genderless on the one hand, and on the other hand, I know I'm just a human being and I can only imagine God in human ways. And the very male-centered language of established religion is something that really irks me, because I see him. Yeah, you see, it's hard to talk about God in a neutral language, because it's him. And yes, I see him as my father, but I also see her as my mother. So it's not that I'm not pagan. I have friends who are pagan, who are worshipping their goddesses. I personally am a monotheist, and I think God has everything inside. So it's not just male, it's not just female, it's all together and at the same time. So this is something that just, yeah, it clicked. I saw this quote and I thought, this is it. And it was the first time that I used the color variation floss by DMC, and I really like it. I mean, it's different to those hand-dyed floss, but it's beautiful, and I can't wait. I don't know where I will put this, so I will have to look for a place. But yeah, so one day in the future, when my Etsy shop is up, because at the moment I'm working on several patterns, because I don't want to start with just 1 or 2 patterns online. So one day when my Etsy shop is online, this will definitely be on it. So yeah, these were my 3 finishes. And now let's go to what I else worked on. And I think the most progress was on my lady with a fan. This pattern, when it's finished, should look this way. And I put a bit of pressure on myself because I already ordered the frame and it already arrived, and now I just realized how much is still left. Yeah, so this is how it will look like. And this is where I have been last time. And this is what I managed to do. So you see the face and hair and neck, everything is finished. And I started working on the fan, which is the biggest part of the design. I didn't realize this, to be honest. I thought when I finished the face, most of the work will be done. Although I don't know, because the fan has a lot of space in between. So maybe it isn't as much as I think, but there will be definitely some more weeks of working on it, because I have some other things on my plate. But now I want to finish it, because there will be a move in the summer. And when we are moving, I want to tell my husband, this is going on this wall. So I want to have it finished coming end of July. So it's 4 months, and this may sound a very long time, but as I said, there are other things that I want to stitch in the meantime. And yeah, one of the things is my a present for my husband, which I haven't shown you. Or did I? I don't know. I'm pretty sure next time I will show it to you. So the Lamp of God. And this will be a present for his installation in his new congregation. So this will be middle of September. I have a bit more time left. And yeah. So there's just one more last whip. It's from one of my favorite designers on Etsy. It's Good Morning Maui. And she has a beautiful design called, well, is it Women Who Made Mystery or Who Make Mystery? History. Sorry. I think it's Women Who Made History. Yeah. So it's about a lot of women who made history in positive and negative ways, who were strong women. So you can see the names will come in the future. It's Joan of Arc already finished. It's Lady Godiva, Empress Wu, Frida Kahlo, and yeah. So there are, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more, I think it's 10 at all together. And yeah, I really like to stitch this because these are quick stitches, and I hope I can finish it in very soon, maybe until we see us next time. Yeah, future plans. I subscribe to a challenge on the I think it's the Hate Facebook group, and it's a 3-month challenge, full coverage. And I haven't touched my wailing wall for some time, and it really needs some progress. So I decided to stitch on it every day. I will not stitch on it alone. No, I really realized during the last month that I can't stitch on one thing day after day after day after day. I really struggled, and I nearly lost my stitching bug. So that's when I decided to stitch some other ladies. And yeah, but I want to stitch on it every day, so maybe 100 stitches. So this will have some progress, and maybe I get into it again and want to stitch more. So yeah, these are the plans. I have a lot of whips on the go, so who knows, maybe something is calling to me to be stitched. Yeah, this was it for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing and liking and disliking as well. I'm really curious what you think about my stuff, so please comment. I really enjoy reading all of your comments, and yeah. So if you want to follow more closely what I'm doing, I have an Instagram. And if you're not on Instagram but on Facebook, I also have a Facebook page. Everything is linked below. So if you're interested, just click on it. And yeah, this was it for today. And I hope you have a great time stitching. See you later.